Welcome back to 3D animation. This is your introduction to Project 2. And this project is all about visualizing sound and music, kind of exploring four dimensions, 2D, 3D, and motion. So really, bringing the sound and the animation and the 3D realms and some 2D realms in After Effects all together. And this is also a team project, so you're going to be paired up with another student here in your 3D animation class. So we're going to go over all the details of that today. We're going to look at some past student work. We're going to talk about how the teams will work. Review your initial proposals that are coming up, and then some inspiration. All right, so let's take a look at the project details first. So like I said, this project is team-based. It provides you the opportunity to work with other students, collaborate, team-based project development. The theme of this project is the visualization of sound and or music. You can think of it as a music video, but you can also just think of it as like an abstract way of visualizing sound. I really love people to kind of approach it in different ways. Students are going to work in pairs, so these are just teams of 2 people. Occasionally, we might have to have one group of 3 if things work out in an odd way or if someone doesn't communicate and drops out of a team, so just be prepared for that. And I'd like you to create a visualization of about 30 seconds of sound. I'm not going to limit this to like copyright-free music. I think you can use any music you want, but you are going to put some titles in. I'm going to have you guys put titles in at the end of each piece, just saying, courtesy of this particular musician, etc. You might not be able to upload it to YouTube, but you can turn it in for a student project. So this sound can be original work from another musician's catalog, field recordings. It doesn't even have to be music. It can be more abstract ambient stuff. It can be open source audio or a mix of any of these above. You could go record your own audio. Students will learn to record and edit audio and to bring it into After Effects to edit it together with their 2D and 3D generated animations. Special attention should be paid to the timing and the syncing of visualizations with chosen sounds and the compositing of 2D and 3D imagery. So, successful projects are going to include a project proposal that has a written description of the research and project concept, sketches, initial designs, a basic timeline and task list, particularly that goes over what each team member is going to kind of take on and how you're going to bring those 2 sides of the project back together. Please save this proposal as a Word doc or a PDF and upload it to your Canvas assignment by the date that it's due. And just remember that each team member needs to upload it. You can make one proposal, one unified proposal between the 2 of you, but each of you need to upload it to Canvas to get credit. Teams are also going to need to create a detailed storyboard. That's not going to be due till next week. It can be hand drawn or computer based. And eventually we're going to work towards a short animatic showing the basic animation structure and timing. After the completion of the project, each student is also going to write a 500-word response. They're going to present their work on Flipgrid. We'll get to that in a second. Your animations need to be exported as 1080p again, 1920 by 1080, using MP4 compression format, also known as H.264. And like I've shown you before, the Adobe Media Encoder presets for YouTube or Vimeo 1080p should work great. You also need to upload your final Maya project archive file to your Canvas assignment. Like I said, you'll need a proposal, and then you're going to present that proposal on Flipgrid. You have your links here, just like before. When you go to Flipgrid now, you'll see the Project 2 proposal and the Project 2, the Project 2 proposal feedback is in here. And I've also set one up for the final Project 2, so you'll be able to come in here. And again, each team member needs to present their proposal. It can be presenting the same proposal, but I want to hear each of your own perspectives on it, okay, for feedback. And then afterwards, you're going to write a 500-word response, just like you do with all the projects, what worked, what didn't, what you learned, what you wish you had learned. And then you'll present your final project again on Flipgrid. So here's the Project 2 presentation and critique Flipgrid. Special note, there's no more text responses. I had left that on accidentally on the first presentation. So from here on out, all video responses. Okay, everybody? And let's see. Yeah, you can screen share, show off your animation, your renders, your process, all of that fun stuff. And then give feedback to at least 3 students. And make sure if someone has already received 3 feedback videos, move on to the next student or come back a day later and see if there's more that have been uploaded, okay? All right. So I also gave you some great links here for inspiration. I'm not going to play all of these because with my screen capture, you're not going to hear the audio very well. But there's some really great videos here. These are some classic videos, some ones that really explore kind of like visualizations of sound. Probably all know Gnarls Barkley. So classic, crazy track, but it's actually a really cool kind of mix of 2D and 3D animation. And then I've got a couple other ones. There's this Wonderlust from Bjork that I think you'll really like. I turned on my computer speakers. You might be able to hear it a little bit through my microphone. But a really, really just awesome animation, really interesting character styles. I'll let you watch each of these on your own to get inspired. But 3D and 2D and video all combined together. Bjork's videos are just the best. I have another one here from Niles Fromm that again is a really unique kind of mix. This one's way more 3D, but just composited beautifully. This kind of mysterious world that's fragmenting and breaking apart, and the creatures that have to live within it. I have another one from Bjork, Tabula Rasa. I'm not going to play this one, but this one will really blow your mind. If you're a fan of electronic music, Aphex Twin has some pretty amazing videos out there. Gotta wait for the ad, but just some really beautiful compositing mixes of 2D. A little less 3D in this one, but a really interesting mix of kind of computer graphics. Here's some of the 3D worlds and elements that this has all been mapped to. So way more visualizations of sound in some of these. Let's keep going. This is this one, Tube Waveophon. Again, just a really unique 3D kind of low poly count look and feel to it. And then moving through these various three-dimensional worlds. Not everything has to be glossy, shiny, photorealistic. Lots of possibilities for visualizing the sound and the rhythms and the timing. Modest Mouse, King Rat. Way more character driven, but really beautiful kind of hand illustration composited together on a computer. And we've got Animusic. This is actually like a really kind of old school but amazing. It's called Pipe Dreams. Really amazing for the timing. And this is actually done procedurally. So this is with coding so that the sounds are actually generated and really, you know, just fit perfectly with the motions that are going on with these crazy abstract instruments that are created throughout the animation. This was actually done at Ohio State University originally with some students that I knew when I was an undergrad. If only that machine could really exist. The Triplets of Belleville. If you have never seen the Triplets of Belleville, amazing French animation, traditional animation, hand-drawn, but this opening, there's just so much amazing music and timing to the music in this particular animation. Highly recommend watching the whole. It's a feature animation, so it's like an hour and a half, hour and 45. I think you'd really love it. You can probably find it out there pretty easily. Yeah, you got to check it out. Really unique mixes of 3D, hand-drawn, and beautiful music all throughout, and just very unique character designs. And another Aphex Twin. This one being way more 3D, kind of techie vibe instead of the like glitch vibe of his first one. But really nice hard cutting to the music, to the electronic rhythms. Visualizations of sounds as normal. And Flying Lotus. Wait for the ad here again, of course. Thank you, YouTube. Gotta make their money. This one's just really fun and playful, and love, again, the kind of cel-shaded vibe. All these little LEDs and creatures kind of moving around this little robotic world, connecting itself. Little less on the perfect rhythm, but it still matches up really well. So just wanted to show that one to you. And last but not least, again, one of my favorite electronic bands, Plaid. This is just beautiful. From the sounds to the mix of real world imagery and 3D and this like hybrid blend of this creature using motion capture that's kind of like part human but partly made from all this detritus, all this garbage in this world that comes together and then blends with this beautiful motion of a dancer. I'll just go forward a little bit. There we go. All right. So hopefully those get you started on your research. Obviously, I want all of you to go out there, research your own unique points of inspiration for visualizing sound or various animated music videos that you want to, learn from, and then come up with your own idea. And I can't wait to see where your proposals go. We'll give each other some feedback. We'll look at a lot more animation work that moves around the visualization of sound and music, and we'll work together to do something very unique. All right, and please reach out if you have any questions about Project 2. So, you have a proposal coming up. Like I said, you need a short written description on this one that talks about your research, talks about your idea. I want to see some sketches that illustrate various perspectives, a front view, a side view, top view. A timeline that breaks down the next 3 weeks, because you only have 3 weeks on this project, really exploring how you're going to get that done in 3 weeks. And then, really talk about how you're going to split up the tasks between the two of you, who's going to handle what, and then how you're going to bring everything back together. And give yourself enough time to bring it together, to unify your project, to render it, to export it, to apply audio inside of After Effects, etc., etc. And like I said, you're going to present it on Flipgrid. Here's the link again. This is just the Project 2 proposal assignment. This was also in the main assignment. And make sure to upload your proposal, each of you, as a PDF or Word doc. All right. So I also put up a folder of past student projects. So when you click on this, you're going to get to a OneDrive. And I think this is still uploading a little bit. So they're not all in here yet. There's about 8 or 9 animations in here. So you can come up here and watch them on their own. Again, you're going to hear the audio way better. I'll just give you a quick little walkthrough. I'm not going to play all the way. This is from Kylie Baker. This was a really interesting one. Her and Michael, I always forget how to pronounce Michael's last name. It's like Skazajewicz. And it's a really interesting mix of 2D and 3D. So it's like these 2D hand-drawn characters, because we hadn't done character modeling yet, mixed with 3D worlds. They went above and beyond the 30 seconds and did a full song, 2.5 minutes. I'm not expecting this from any of you. This is really above and beyond. But if you want to push and you have the time and you want to dive into it, please feel free to go beyond the 30 seconds. I just want to see a minimum of 30 seconds, okay? So you can take an excerpt of a song or trim a song, which I'll show you how to do in a future lesson here. And you can decide for yourself how far you want to go. All right, I'll let you watch that one on your own. This one's definitely way more of just like a cool visualization, a little more abstract. Got some bouncing beats. You can see the squash and stretch going on, but this fun little ball character and a lot of dynamic motion and colors and vibrations and deformers. Works well. Kind of reminds me of like a kid like Apple video of some sort. This is Cameron Detig, and I forget who his partner was on this one, but you're going to recognize the white stripes. They kind of did this Brady Bunch style, different animations that all come together into a quadrant. Really nice piece. Some of the timing could be a little bit better, but the hammer is really good. I'd love to see that bat hitting with a little more momentum, but I still thought this was a really nice animation, visualizing sound in an interesting way. So I'll let you watch that on your own. This is Kayla Dorsey, and I'm forgetting her partner on this one. This was actually 3 people that came together on this one because we had an odd number of students. So, a lot of detail in here. One of them did a lot of the instruments. The other one, you can see they each kind of took on their key scenes, and then they edited them together in After Effects. And it really came together nicely doing Miles Davis's So What. And this is Riley Knott and her partner. Really kind of a funny, cute one on this ketchup song. I love that they put their credits on the label of the ketchup bottle, put their names. That was Will Donnelly and Riley Knott. So just great timing throughout. They really had some fun playing with like liquids, animating some of the Bifrost liquid forms, and then reversing and moving forward and playing with color variations. So definitely check that one out. This is Trevor Tackett and Luke Lanier. This one is probably the most abstract and really just does some really interesting, repetitive layering of different imagery, some 2D, some 3D. But I love the way this comes together, and it's just cut really, really well. Still only in the 30-second range, but I just thought they did a really effective job on it and really played with the compositing possibilities of how to mix 3D and 2D and sound all together into a unique piece. Watch out, it does have strobing color, as you can see here. If you're sensitive to that, you might not want to watch this one. And last student one I'll show you. This is Samantha Mitchell and Carolyn Tipton. They want to pay tribute to Black Sabbath, one of the best heavy metal rock and roll bands of all time, in my humble opinion, and I believe theirs. So theirs has some 3D elements with that 3D character that's brought in, but then obviously they're playing with animated text, archival video footage, their own compositing layers on top, and then they bring that 3D face back in. I would have liked to have seen a little more 3D in this one, but it's still a really nice mix. So I'm open if you want to explore compositing mixed with 3D, mixed with sound, mixed with motion graphic text. We can have some fun there and see what you come up with. But make sure to go to the OneDrive, watch each of these on their own. If it's not playing well with the OneDrive, just download the whole video or folder to your computer. It's not too huge. These aren't gigantic. It should come down pretty quick. So that should give you some examples of past student work. We looked at some other inspiration. Let's talk for a minute about how these teams are going to work. So they're teams of 2 people. I like to give everybody options because I think everybody wants a different experience. Some people love team projects, some people hate team projects. I totally get it. So if you want me to randomly assign you a team project, no problem. Either email me and tell me, or if I don't hear from you by Tuesday 2/16 at 11:59, if I don't hear from you by that time, you're just going to get randomly assigned. But if you know someone in the class and you guys really want to work together, email me before, like I said, 11:59 on Tuesday, February 16th. That's this Tuesday. Email me before that deadline. Let me know who you're going to be working with, and I'll pull you out of the random pool. So you got 2 options. You've just got to let me know what you want to do. Otherwise, by default, you're going to go on a random team because we just got to get going. It's a 3-week project, and we can't wait around for people to figure out what team they want to be on. Okay, so that's how it's going to work. Pretty simple. Email me if you have a team member you want to work with and they want to work with you. Make sure you confirm with them. If not, you'll get a random assignment by Tuesday night. Okay. And your proposal isn't due until a week from now, so you have a full week for you guys to get together, work on your proposal, do your research, decide what you want to do, look at all of these points of inspiration, and go from there. So that is the introduction to Project 2, visualizing sound, music in 4 dimensions. Please do reach out if you have any questions or concerns, and can't wait to see what everybody comes up with. All right, have a good one.